Okay, the 2017 National Rifle Association annual meeting was held this year in Atlanta, Georgia. And like I try to do at these shows, I kind of wanted to showcase some smaller, maybe lesser known brands. We're going to take a look at one of those next, coming up here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2017 NRA convention. And I'll try to bring you some really cool videos from the convention this year. And actually, I happened to see some old friends of mine, the folks at the Project Appleseed. You may remember that I actually did a Project Appleseed shoot a couple of years ago. I think they're a great organization for getting people young and old involved in shooting. So I'm here with Phil, who is one of the people involved in Project Appleseed. Phil, first of all, thanks for taking time to talk to us.
No worries.
So tell us a little bit about how the project got started, what your mission is, and how people can find out more.
Well, we got started about 10 years ago by a man called Fred. He was a columnist. He wrote a column in Shotgun News, and he began to recognize that there was a need for people to learn traditional rifle marksmanship and firearm safety. And he also had an idea to fold in our American heritage. Heritage, basically history that means something to us as Americans. So he began to work on a program that folded in or married up the heritage of the rifle, or the history of the rifle used in April 19, 1775 at Lexington and Concord. Most of us have heard the story of Paul Revere's Ride and school kids, but there's a whole lot more to it. There were a lot more people involved. The circumstances were all very interesting. And I guess the synopsis of the story is that people risked everything back then for our freedom, for what they called their posterity, which is basically us. Back then there was no health insurance, there was no life insurance. Families had to help each other out. So if a man left his home to pick up his musket and go and defend freedom and defend their liberty, then he risked his entire family being impacted. Medical technology back then wasn't very good, so you had a very high risk of dying. So these brave men took a stand on April 19, 1775 against the most powerful and well-trained army in the world. They were just normal people like us, shopkeepers, blacksmiths, farmers. They were just regular people, but they knew liberty meant something to them, and they were willing to take a stand against that, against the usurpation of their liberty. So you fast forward now 242 years forward, we're still carrying on that tradition. Our battles are not fought with the cartridge box anymore. They're fought at the ballot box. They're fought at the school board meeting. They're fought in other ways. And we're trying to get people to understand what was done on their behalf, the sacrifices that were made on their behalf, and also get them to flex their liberty, as it were, and let them actually go out and do something to get civically involved, whether that means going to a school board meeting or volunteering for your local election committee or getting involved in a program like Project Appleseed. Do something. Write your local elected officials. Know who they are. Most people don't even know who their elected officials are. So get involved in those processes. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're apolitical. We don't discuss modern politics at all. We just let people make up their own minds and do what feels best to them.
So, but when you go to an Appleseed event, it was very interesting to me, a lot of the history that's probably more kind of like the minutia and the kind of things you probably won't read in a history book, because there's some details that probably were just very interesting. But the other part is you get to shoot, and shooting's fun. And one of the things that I thought was interesting is you kind of simulate the, if I'm right, the Marine Corps marksmanship requirements for World War II.
It's the Army, actually, yes.
Army, okay.
Yeah.
And you have to qualify. You have to get so many points to qualify.
True.
And most people use 22s because ammo is cheaper. And I got like that close, like within 3 points, I think, of qualifying. Wow. A couple times, but I did not make it. But it is a great challenge. It's pretty costly. It doesn't cost a lot of money.
No, it doesn't.
It's family friendly.
It sure is. You're welcome to come back out and try again. The average is two and a half events per person to actually qualify. We shoot what's called the Appleseed qualification test, and it's a timed test shot in 3 positions: standing, kneeling, and prone. And if you score 210 or better, you become a rifleman. And one of the things we talk about, one of the virtues of being a rifleman is persistence. So if it doesn't happen for you the first time or the second time, keep coming out. We've got people that have been out 4 or 5 times before they become a rifleman. So persistence is key.
But it's a great day. It's usually a 2-day event, if I remember right.
That's right. That's right.
The first day is really focused, obviously, on safety and marksmanship fundamentals.
Correct.
And whether you qualify or not, what I took away was just a lot of stuff. I've been shooting all my life, but still, I learned so much that weekend just on the fundamentals of marksmanship, and so much about American history. That was probably my favorite part, honestly. I like to shoot, but the history stories and the different things, that was just, to me, that was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, we appreciate your coming out, and the history is really interesting because it makes what we're doing real, and it's while you're going through the weekend, you can think, wow, someone fought and died for my right to be here to do this. What am I now going to do to continue that legacy?
Right. So, how can somebody find out more about your program and maybe sign up to go do some shooting?
You can go to appleseedinfo.org. Our website was just newly redesigned. It's very easy to navigate. You can go to events and then pick your state and then just register there.
Well, Phil, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Yes, sir.
And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a new video every Friday, every Saturday, and occasionally random videos throughout the week. You can check out a new one by clicking right here. And if you're not subscribed, you can fix that by clicking right down here. Once again, my name is Brian. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.